Okay. So today's conversation, I wanted to extend and maybe elaborate or collaborate, if you will, around a conversation that Leo Pareja had with Tom Ferry on his recent podcast. And if you haven't seen it, it was one of Leo's most recent posts when he was sitting down with Tom Ferry having a conversation. And he asked Tom, he said, what is the contributing factor, the overriding like similarity around the mindset of the top producer? What do you see most? And Tom said, what's interesting is it's not necessarily like a mindset. Like he's like, it's hard for me to say. He goes, I have, and he talks about it in the podcast. He says, I have 7 coaches myself. I need a lot of help. And what he said is, I had a coach ask me one of the same things in a different way. And he was like, what's the one thing that you see everybody doing that everyone else isn't doing? And he says, the one thing he says that I can really kind of highlight or comes to the surface when you ask me this question. Well, let me ask, before I give it away, let's do a little survey. What do you think? What do you think it is? What's the one thing that separates ultimate top performers, like the 0.1% of the 1%, not just the 1%, it's the uncommon amongst the uncommon? What separates them versus everyone else? What do you think it is?
Doing the
Consistency.
boring. That's what I was, yeah, consistency with the boring.
Consistency, doing the boring. Okay. What else?
Yeah, that'd be my answer. Or just
I'll
how
give you a
long.
hint. It's even before that.
Doing, so like taking action.
Showing up.
It's
Yeah.
decisiveness. It's decisiveness. They don't sit, they don't elaborate over like too long. They collect as much data as needed, and then they make a decision and they take action. And he says more often than not they're wrong. However, then they just adjust and continue to move forward. The top people are decisive. And it goes back to also the same thing is they also have a very narrow window of advice. They don't go around continuing to ask, what do you think? 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 They look at others that are where they want to be. What have they done? What are the steps to do it? What's the outlay, whether it's emotional, whether it's time, whether it's money? And then they say, okay, does this fit in my model? And if it fits in my model, if I do the work, then I'm a yes. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it. They don't hem and haw. They don't look for validation. And it reminds me, so once a week or so, our family, we do a hibachi night where I'll smoke some chicken and I'll chop it up, and then I'll do the veggies I'll do a stir fry veggie and a rice, but then we always eat on the couch instead of the table, and then we watch Modern Family. It's our family's guilty pleasure because the Dumfies are really us. Like, this is us. I have 2 daughters and I'm a realtor, and Phil and we're like the same. One of the episodes was and I'm a bad fan because I forget the younger daughter's name. She and her boyfriend were planning on breaking up once school started because they're real analytical. And they're like 87% of all relationships don't last when it's long distance. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to break up ahead of time. And what they found was, or like throughout the episode, they were just like, why are we doing this? And he's the boy who's also like a math super nerd, he's like, because we understand the numbers, because it's logical. We understand the numbers. This is what we're doing. This is the math. And she goes, when have you ever been part of the 87th percentile? And he goes, you're right. We are 1%ers. We're the top one. As long as there's at least a 1% chance of this working, this is who we are. Why are we doing this? We shouldn't break up. And that's the reality. I had somebody ask me the other day, they're like, I'm thinking about getting into real estate, or I'm thinking about doing this. And, but I hear that 90% of realtors fail. And I said, cool. Do you consider yourself average? Because if you are, then you probably fit into that. But if you're not, there's plenty of room. And so I also believe one of the things that the most successful people understand is that they're not typical. So they don't fit into the bell curve. So when somebody's giving you a percentage of the way things work, they're like, yeah, and that doesn't necessarily apply to me, because they're going to put enough effort in there to validate the numbers. And then they're going to be, and they're also, they don't become pot committed to a downward slope. Some of us stay way too long in a place where we're not appreciated or invited. Some of us do something way too long because we've invested too much in it and we got to get a return for it. We hold on to the wrong clients for too long because we can't let them go now, as opposed to releasing that and getting the energy, right? Or we stay loyal to whatever because maybe it'll get better. And the top people are like, no, I did it. It's not getting better. I turned. Here we go. Or, hey, this is it. And they're like, I've put in the volume of energy effort to be able to see the result. It's either working or it's not working. And if it's not working, they go, okay, what part of it's broken? Is it energy effort? Is it execution? Is it optimization? Is it script? Is it follow-up? Is it follow through? Like, where does it break? And if all of those things are in alignment, it's not working. They're like, okay, well then we're just going to do something. We know, cut, and we're going to go here. So I ask you, and I bring this up saying, okay, what are some of the things that others are executing on and winning at, but for whatever reason, you're still hemming and hawing. You're waiting to make a decision. I know I share this often with you guys, and it's a quote that my coach once shared with me that said it in such a way that I could never just unhear it. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. And she said this. And when I was like, yeah, I don't know enough yet. I don't know. Like, and she goes, listen, have you ever lost your phone? How many of you ever lost your phone and you're like that panic sets in your stomach? I lost it this morning. I was getting ready and I was all over the place. I wasn't focusing. I set my phone down somewhere where I normally don't. And I walk downstairs and I do the pocket, like keys, phone, wallet, tap, the triple tap. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. Phone, wallet, keys. And I was missing the phone. And I go, and I go to the first 2 or 3 places where it's supposed to be. It's not there. I'm like, Then I stop and I think, and I'm like, oh, and I go find it. And here's a beautiful thing. When I found it, guess what I did? I stopped looking. Some of you have the answer that you're looking for and you keep looking. If you lost your phone or you lost your keys and you found them, would you keep looking? See, some of us fall into that because for whatever reason, insert objection, insert fear, insert behavior, insert whatever. Ask yourself, what is that? Is it serving me? Cody Sanchez, in her book, Main Street Millionaire, talks about her first mentor. And she asked him the same thing. She said, how are you so successful? Why are you so successful? What is it about you that makes you so successful? And he said, speed of execution. He goes, I've already fixed it 4 times before anyone started. I found 4 ways of making it better before anyone else gets started. He goes, if I hear something and it makes sense and it's in alignment, I go. And it's messy, it's unfinished, it's unknown. I don't know what it's going to look like, but like as I'm going, I fix it. I adjust it. It gets better. And next thing you know, I'm ahead. And he goes, and I just do that with everything. I take action without knowing exactly how it's going to end up faster than most others do. That's it. So underneath, right? So if I had to, like, as we're talking aloud, if I had to consider, okay, what is if decisiveness is the action, what's the underlying emotion under decisiveness? Like if logic makes people think and emotion makes them act, what has to happen in order for you to be decisive? What is that? What do you think it is?
Maybe knowledge, like research, planning, maybe.
Have you ever had enough knowledge, research, and planning and still not taken action?
Yeah.
Me too. That's why I ask. Me too. So it's not necessarily knowledge and information, because many of us have all the information and knowledge we need. What keeps us from taking action or being decisive often?
Probably fear,
Of
the unknown,
what's
or
the opposite?
rejection.
What's the opposite of fear?
Courage.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So decisiveness is a level of courage, right? Decisiveness is a level. Well, I like to flip that, because the greater pain always wins. And so instead of being courageous, because courage is action despite fear. For me, I have to think about what will I lose if I don't, and get really clear on that. So I have to create a fear of loss, of not taking action. I have to create a greater fear of standing still. I have to go further down the line and say, if I do nothing, here's what life looks like. And am I okay with that? No. Right. And then I go, okay, well, then in order to fix it, you got to do this. Because there's plenty of stuff I don't want to do. I'm afraid to do. I don't like doing. I have to create a greater pain, a greater fear of standing still, of not taking action, as opposed to what's the next. And the thing is the end of the day, how many of you have taken action on something you were terrified of? And then you found the first step, you're like, oh, that wasn't actually that bad. And oh, that wasn't as complicated as I thought. And oh, that wasn't as, oh, right? Tess, are you raising your hand to say something? You're raising your hand in agreement.
In agreement.
Oh, cool. All I could see was this.
The internet guy is here, so let's try not to be too
No, right? So I share this, right, as as just a reminder of like, okay, if I want to be a part, if I want to participate in the rare air of the uncommon, you can hack it through action. That action is by being decisive and by taking action into the unknown, and then compiling results to be able to make the adjustments quickly. I don't have to know every objection handler to start calling expireds. I know that when I call them, the expireds are going to give me all the data I need. Then I'm going to take that and go, okay, I got stumped with these 3 things. Where do I find other ways of handling that or saying that? And then I do that. And so that right there is an adjustment. Meanwhile, there's somebody that's taking another class, watching another video, signing up for another course, taking another webinar, maybe they're creating a box to give expire. Like, they're doing everything other than calling expireds. And the expireds are giving you all the answers. You don't have to know to go. And if that's the quote of the day, that's the quote of the day. Write that down. You don't have to know in order to go. You just got to go. I'm going to make a t-shirt. Thoughts? Let's have a little powwow, a little round table around this.
I think it's one of those things where once you start failing a lot or getting comfortable with failure too, it becomes easier to, you just retrain your brain to jump into something and not really worry about it. But I still even have that fear of, I don't think the fear of failure ever goes away, right? It's just, it becomes more comfortable is not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? It just becomes more of a process. Like, this is just part of the process. You either fail and get feedback, or it succeeds. It's just the constant doing.
You can ask anybody who runs or goes to the gym. It always hurts. You just start associating that hurt with good. And you go, oh yeah, man, feel that burn. Feels so good. Or, oh man, got that runner's high, which I don't know. I've been running for years. I've not found it. I feel like that's a lie to get people that like getting high to run. I don't know. It's a lie. I haven't found it. And I've run a lot. Right. So when we associate a certain level of growth with discomfort over time, right? And I love how you say that, right? Like we get kind of accustomed to that tinge or that whatever, a fear of failure. But if we go even one level deeper, what are we actually afraid of? Because failing in a vacuum, is that actually painful? If no one knows that you failed, is it actually like, does it even bother you? For some people it does, because like you know better. But there's a lot of people. Look, I've been doing this for a minute. A lot of different formats and a lot of different ways. I've taught classes where people have to report their numbers, but the results tell me everything I have to know, and they lie about what they did so they don't get a foul in public. See, the thing is they leave the class and they don't do the activities in private because no one's going to say anything about it. But when they have to report what they did or not, then they lie, so then they don't get in trouble publicly. The fear of failure is simply the fear of judgment of other people. It's it's our fear of what will others think if they see us not succeeding or if it didn't work. Alex Hormozy talks about, he says, people only cheer for you 2 times. At the starting line and at the finish line. Nobody cares about you in the middle, and they only cheer long enough until you get better than they do. Then the cheering stops. So stop expecting people to cheer you in the middle. Be your own cheerleader in the middle, and also know the moment you pass somebody else, don't expect them to be at the finish line with you. You're running a different race now. And they see you as a competitor versus, right? And I'm like, man, if that ain't the shit, that's for real. My girls would say, real. Real. He ate.
Left no
Hermosi.
crumbs, right?
Hermosi eats. No cap. Any other thoughts around this part of the conversation?
You know, when you're talking about, well, just being decisive and pushing through the fear anyways, I remember the exact moment when I decided to leave the brokerage that I was at and the role that I was in and join EXP. We were on a coaching call and I was like, man, I just feel like I need to do something different. And I was like, wait, I know what I need to do. I'm going to just do this. And I'm going to join EXP. I'm going to do this. And you were like, do you want to talk about that? And I was like, no, this is what I'm doing. And I just decided. And there have been a few things over the past couple of years when I just, if I stop to think about it too much, I'm going to build up that fear even more. And I know it's a good thing. I know it's something I should jump into and do, but it's the longer I take to make a decision, the easier it is for me to talk myself out of it. The times when I've just been like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and I just go with it, it's always worked out even better than I thought. And I've learned something. It might not be what I pictured, but I've learned something new about myself or had an amazing opportunity when I've just said, okay, I'm doing this and I go for it.
Yeah.
That it's whenever I build up the fear and take forever to decide something that actually, that's also whenever, even when if I do make a decision and go with it, if I have built all this up in my head a long time, I actually am less satisfied with my decision because I have created this whole thing in my mind of what I think it should be and how it should look and all how it should be and this perfect thing. It's not going to be perfect. I have eliminated any room for things to just happen the way they need to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Things have gone so much better for me when I'm just like, okay, let's do it and just go. Now, that's still a challenge for me. Um, but gosh, it is so much better when I can just do that and not stew on it forever and deal with the anxiety and the stomach ache and the what should I do and just do it. Just do it. Everything will work out.
Or it won't, and then you'll make it. Or the next door opens. Or or
then you do something else. Yeah. There's nothing that says you have to not shift.
Here's the thing, right? And not getting into anyone's beliefs or not. It's how dare I think I understand the plan? How dare I think I know better? Because if the nudge is there, then it's my job to leap. Who put that nudge in there to begin with?
I think you bring up a good point, and it's the hardest thing is to like quiet ourselves enough to hear the nudge, to know it's us, to know it's not the outside world, it's not our fears, it's the true like intuition inside of you. That's the hardest part.
Well, I pay attention to the glitches in the matrix. I've been following a lot of AI conversations and a lot of simulation conversations. And at the end of the day, I'm looking for reinforcement. And the thing is, whether it's part of my RAS, whether it's part of my subconscious or unconscious, trying to bring what I'm looking for up to the front. If I start seeing example, reminder, example, reminder. And right now, social media is amazing at it because your algorithm tells you exactly what you want or what you've been watching or engaging. So you already start seeing more of it. And then it's like, okay, when do I take action? And it's like, yeah, right. So I always love these kind of conversations. I had the first 2-3 minutes in my head scripted, and then we go for like 20. It's fun. Any other thoughts or add-ons to this? So then my question that I leave you with, right? My coaching question that I leave you with is, what's something that's been on your mind that you need to take decisive action on that you've been holding off on? And ask yourself, okay, when will I have enough information to make a decision? And I'm going to challenge you to say you already do. So then question, what's stopping you from taking action, being decisive about this? Go deeper, go understand it, understand it, challenge it, and then jump, do the thing. You think I'm talking to you, but I'm kind of talking to me. So I got a thing that I really want to do, and I've been hemming and hawing on about it for far too long. So this is me giving myself a pep talk.
Just do it.
Do the freaking
Just
thing.
do it. Do the thing.
All right. Stay
And
tuned.
then take a picture and send it to us so we know you did the thing.
Yeah, stay tuned.
You can tell Audra and I what the thing is so we can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Just because we kind of want to know.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I think we all want to know.
Oh, you'll know. No,
I mean, if you say it on a recorded call, then it has to happen, right?
it's not that serious. Get back to work.
It's got to be kind of serious if you're hemming and hawing about it and in your head about it for so long.
So write it down.
Instantly regretting.
Write it down. Identify, audit, and then jump. All right, guys, we're at time. We'll see you Wednesday, same time, same channel for Workshop Wednesday. You know how we roll. Bring a friend. We'll see you.